Have you ever stood in front of a shelf of THC gummies and just felt totally lost, like you're trying to read a foreign language? Yeah, you are not alone. So in this explainer, we're going to demystify the whole world of THC gummies and help you find the perfect one for whatever you're looking for.
Exactly. You're just bombarded with all these terms, right? You've got delta 8, delta 9, CBD ratio, sativa, indica. It is enough to make your head spin. But I promise you, it is not nearly as complicated as it looks. We're about to make it all make sense.
And that is the goal here. Think of this as your personal roadmap to understanding what's what. By the time we're done, you'll be able to walk up to that shelf and confidently pick out the right gummy for any occasion. So you ready to become a gummy guru? Let's dive in.
Okay, so to really get the gummies, we first have to understand what's actually inside them. It all boils down to these things called cannabinoids. They're the active compounds that give each gummy its own unique set of effects.
Let's start with the two heavy hitters, delta 9 and delta 8. The easiest way to think about it is this. Delta 9 is kind of like the espresso of cannabinoids. It's strong, it's potent, and it gives you that classic head-focused high. Delta 8, on the other hand, is more like a calming green tea. It's only about half as potent, and it gives you a much smoother, more body-focused relaxation, usually without the anxiety or that mental fog. And let's clear up a big question. Is delta 8 synthetic? The answer is, not really. It occurs naturally in the plant, but in such tiny amounts. So, to get enough of it for a product, it's usually converted from hemp-derived CBD. It starts natural, it just gets a little help in the lab.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Relaxation without the racing mind. That is the perfect way to describe what delta 8 feels like. It's all about letting your body unwind without your thoughts going a million miles an hour. But here's the thing. THC is the star of the show, but it doesn't perform alone. It has this whole crew with it, and that's called the entourage effect. Think of CBD as the chill friend at the party who makes sure things don't get too wild. It's like a buffer. And then you've got CBG, who's like the focused friend keeping the conversation interesting. When they all work together, they create a much more balanced and, honestly, a more enjoyable experience.
All right, now that you know the key players, let's actually meet the gummies themselves. We're going to go on a little tour from the mildest option all the way to the strongest, so you can figure out where you fit in.
Kicking off our tour, we have the Above and Beyond gummy. This is our gentlest option, what I'd call the weakest in the lineup, and I mean that in the best way possible. If you are totally new to THC, or maybe you just want a super subtle nudge, this is your go-to. With a pretty low dose of blended THC, it's really just designed for a light mood boost without any chance of feeling overwhelmed. It is perfect for just dipping your toes in the water.
Next up, the Beyond 2-to-1 gummy. This one is for those days when you need to take the edge off, but you still have to be on your A game. That 2-to-1 ratio of CBD to delta 9 is the magic ticket here. The high amount of CBD really acts as that buffer we talked about, keeping you clear-headed and focused. It is an amazing companion for a productive, but much more stress-free day.
Now when it's time to clock out for the day and really unwind, the Above Delta 8 gummy is your new best friend. This gummy is all about melting away the day's tension. It combines that lovely body-focused Delta 8 with a nice dose of CBD to quiet your thoughts and get you ready for a really, really good night's sleep. So you can say goodbye to a racing mind and hello to some deep relaxation.
And for the grand finale, we have the strongest of the bunch, the Beyond 1-to-1-to-1. This is like the full orchestra of cannabinoids playing together in perfect harmony. You've got equal parts CBD, CBG, and a powerful kick of delta 9. This gummy is for when you want to dive deep into a creative project, or maybe just experience the absolute full spectrum of what these amazing compounds can do together. Okay, is your head spinning a little? Don't worry, we got you. This chart right here is your cheat sheet for the whole lineup. You can see everything side by side, from the gentle Above and Beyond to the powerful 1-to-1-to-1. You can see how each one stacks up in intensity and what it's best for. It's the perfect tool to help you find your ideal match.
So, you think you've got it all figured out now? Well, not so fast. There's one more layer to this, one more way you can customize your experience, and that brings us to the whole sativa versus indica conversation. These are two different types of cannabis strains, and they can have a huge impact on how a gummy makes you feel. So how does that work? Well, it all comes down to something called terpenes. These are basically the aromatic compounds in plants that create all the distinct flavors and smells. You know, like the citrusy smell in a lemon or that piney scent in a forest. But they also totally influence the effect. So, a citrusy, energizing terpene profile, that's going to be a sativa. Think of it as your daytime buddy for a boost of energy and creativity. A more earthy, calming profile, that's your indica, the perfect nighttime companion for helping you relax and just unwind.
Okay, you have the knowledge. Now let's talk strategy. To make sure your first time, or even your next time with the gummy is a great one, we've got a few pro tips that you're definitely going to want to hear.
Look, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, please make it this. Start low and go slow. Take half a gummy. And then wait. And I mean it. Wait at least 90 minutes before you even think about taking more. Edibles take a while to kick in, and patience is absolutely your best friend here.
Everybody's different, right? So your experience is going to be unique to you. Your body weight, your metabolism, your tolerance, it all plays a part. And here's a huge tip about food. Taking a gummy on an empty stomach can make it hit you way faster and harder. If you want a gentler, more gradual experience, have it after a meal. And here's a pro tip. Cannabinoids are fat-soluble, so eating your gummy with a fatty snack, like some avocado or nuts or even cheese, can actually help your body absorb it more efficiently and enhance the effects.
At the end of the day, the perfect dose isn't just some number on a package, it's a feeling. The ideal gummy you'd want for a lazy Sunday on the couch might be totally different from the one you'd want for a creative Saturday afternoon. It's all about listening to your body, experimenting safely, and just finding what works for you.
So, we've given you the map. Now it is time to choose your own adventure. Are you looking for a gentle boost to get you through the day, or a full-blown creative journey for your evening? The choice is totally yours. Happy exploring!